I'm here to talk about a secret that we all have in common. And that is because we're all getting older, and at some point, because all of us are going to get sick, all of us at some point will need care. And that care will come probably from a stranger, unfortunately. And because of that, that will expose us to this possible risk. So video now, please. Yes.
An elderly woman is shown sitting next to the bed naked with the ceiling fan on at full blast. After a while, staff members lift the patient and throw her onto the bed.
Mayberry had dementia and couldn't remember what happened to her. The hidden camera video begins with nursing home aide Lucy Gukanka shoving latex gloves into the mouth of 96-year-old Aretha Mayberry.
A care home for the elderly.
It's just totally sadistic. What can she do? She can't write down help, she can't say help, she can't get up and run away.
Family members paid $1,300 a day to have 2 in-home nurses care for a 98-year-old loved one, but were outraged when they learned the stroke victim was being sexually abused.
Okay, so this is a global problem. Already, according to the WHO, 24 million people have been abused. And if something doesn't change, by 2025, 50 million people will have been abused, probably including a fair number of people in this room. So the good news is, though, is that technology provides a solution. And that solution is called CareSafe. And it's what we'll do is we'll put if you have a relative that you're worried about, we'll place a camera watching them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if they reach up and they press a button on the CareSafe pendant, or if there are any very loud noises or extreme movements, say, then that will trigger the camera to save. You will then be sent an alert with a link to an edited video where you can check what's happened as to whether your relative is safe or whether they're being abused. And let's have a look. So it's a very, very quick way of families being able to protect the people that they love. Excuse me. So basically, also CareSafe, it uses existing affordable technology augmented by clever software, and the target customers obviously are their families. They are potentially institutions, government agencies. Excuse me. Now, the final thing I want to say is that I know that this will work because 4 years ago I survived a massive stroke and I was as helpless as a baby. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't even drink. And as I was recovering, I was abused. No one believed me. And then the next time it happened, I pulled out my mobile phone, I hit record, and then the next day the nurse who was abusing me was fired. Now, the thing that gave me pause was, what about the rest of the people in that ward? All the old people who couldn't protect themselves, who didn't have the technology. And that's where the seed of the idea of CareSafe came from. So let's have a look. So thank you very much for your time, and I just want to leave you by asking you the question. As you grow old, do you want to live in a world where CareSafe exists or where it doesn't? So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for that, Sam. Questions from the judges?
Questions, yep. Any questions?
I was interested that you focus so much on old people rather than, say, children or people who are unwell. Why?
Well, because I had the experience of surviving a stroke and was in a ward with old people and saw a lot of old people who were very, very vulnerable. And, I know I'm going to get old, and I certainly don't want to be beaten up or sexually abused in a care home. So I thought, I really want to sort this issue out. And everyone is going to get old. And you're right, I mean, potentially it could be useful for protecting children or, in other situations as well. But my main focus is because of that, so thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, have you tested it for type 1, type 2 errors, and what's the trigger in case it's a false response?
Well, no, I have not tested it yet. I've just literally tested it manually, and it's just at a very early stage. So I'm looking for the little bit of funding to get going and actually start testing it.
Fantastic, Sam. Thank you very much for that.